All right, this is our final Vimeo on GMOs, genetically modified organisms, or what we call Frankenstein foods, that were created by the worst company on planet Earth, Monsanto, who has been brought up against crimes against humanity due to their dastardly lying induction of Agent Orange into the Vietnam War. They are so brilliant. They have the best lawyers on the planet who should all burn in hell and be ashamed of themselves. They go underground. They take down the Monsanto verbiage. They go underground for 2-3 years, knowing the public will forget about what they did 3-4 years ago because, hey, we're inundated in data. Who can remember all this? And then they pop back up with another nasty, dastardly product to put into our food chain. Why was Monsanto creating genetically modified viruses? Okay, 1973, I remember this because I was actually launching, my family. And they said that they wanted to cure world hunger. And I thought, major corporation, cure world hunger, I highly doubt it. Fast forward to 1993, I am now finishing up my degree in food science and biochemistry, and Monsanto is coming to the table with genetically modified foods. And they used to make carpets and things like that. Well, they're just horrible. I did a whole article, which I wish I could find, because I tracked them back to like the 1800s and how they started out as like a chemical-based company back then. So Monsanto turned around and decided they were going to market themselves as saving the planet. I call bull. So they did not. What they wanted was complete control of the seed banks around the world. They started making corn, number one, and experimenting with corn. I recall 8 years ago, whereby Monsanto planted corn in Iowa, and these genetically modified viruses were so horrid. They went through the root system and they killed everything for over 2 miles. Imagine that. And they want to put it in your corn byproducts, which you feed your children, and you put in your juices and your sodas and contaminate you. That being said, the control of the seed banks was taking off splendidly. They were doing great until people got wind of what they were doing around the planet. First of all, the European community blocked their doors to Monsanto's seed banks. They said, we will not accept anything that is genetically modified. Then Asia followed suit. So they weren't able to accomplish their world domination, which was a big, sad thing for the investors in Monsanto's stocks. However, what they did do is they managed to move it into the food chain in America without Americans being aware that they were doing it. So they did things underneath arms bills. These lobbyists move this stuff around like crazy. Next thing we know, we're walking right now today consuming foods in our grocery stores, 94% of which are genetically modified. And you don't know because they don't have to label it. They got their lobbyists and their lawyers to find a place to put this where you, the consumer, do not have the right to know that you're consuming genetically modified, viral packed foods, and you wonder why people are susceptible to viruses. This is just part of the reason. This isn't the entire reason. This is part of the reason people are being taken down by this whole ordeal that we're dealing with on an international pandemic level. So I'm Deborah Arneson. Now you know about Monsanto, who, by the way, was just bought out by Bayer out of Germany last year. Now Bayer is the bad boy. So I wouldn't touch a Bayer product. I would go online, I would Google what they sell, and I would actually boycott them. That would be my recommendation. All right, dear hearts, I wish you all the best. Hope this threw you a lifeline. Take good care of your health. God bless. And next week we'll be talking about more of the sidebars with the virally induced foods and vitamins and things you need to look out for. Take good care till then. God bless. Bye.